Peace is defined as a situation or a period of time in which there is no violence in any society, country, or any given place at any given time. That presupposes that peace is so important to all of us that nobody can play with the need for us to have peace in all our undertakings. The International Day of Peace was started in 1981. It's been observed annually, and today, 21st September 2022, we're here to mark it in Kano. As already stated by the MC, I'm here to read the speech of the United Nations Secretary General on this occasion. But permit me to also add that the presence of INEC today is so important. Take into account.
This provision enables INEC to adequately prepare for elections, procure sensitive and non-sensitive materials well ahead of elections to avoid late procurement experienced due to lack of funds in previous elections. Section 9, subsection 6, increase the timeline for the discontinuance of registration, updating, and revision of register of voters from 60 to 90 days. Replacement of PVC. Section 18, subsection 1 provides that, I'm talking about the new innovations in the Electoral Act, not the former Act, provides the request for the replacement of PVC that shall be made no less than 90 days before general election. Section 19 introduces sanctions for failure by officials of INEC to display or publish voters' register in accordance with the provision of the Act. Section 24 confers on INEC additional power to suspend election after commencement and appoint another date on grounds of substantial disruption of election in polling units or constituency due to threat to peace and security of electoral officials and materials.
And this is development journalism for you. Going by the antecedents the world over, we know the ills that lack of peace has caused humanity. We thank you very much for patronizing our press center, and we wish to have pleasant conversations here. Thank you and God bless.
And violence, conflict starts from our home. Right from the time a father will slap a mother, or a mother, or mothers will gang up against the father in the house. That will tell us that that house will not stand. Therefore, I'd like to call on us as a society. There is need for us to live together. The title for this World Day of Peace is Fight Racism and Build Peace. The only way that we can fight racism is to take care of our tongue. Some few days ago, on the angle of football, somebody said on the pitch that somebody is a monkey. I'm sure it's not the fault of the person, but we are made to know from our days in primary school when we have been taught evolution. They said a man, emanated from the fossil, then gradually became a monkey, from a monkey become a man. But what I have seen in all the pictures are that the monkeys are the replicas of black men. Therefore, the people who are calling for the World Peace Day that we should fight racism and build peace, they also should know that there are some things pictorially, there are some things we don't say with our mouth, but depict to be a racism against other tribes or other clans of the world. I therefore want to call on us all that there is a need for us to eschew violence, embrace peace, and that's the only way we can have development. Chapter 2 of Nigerian Constitution stipulate proposals that calls for free education, and at the end of the day, the section is not justiciable. This is a racism against the poor. This is racism against the downtrodden in the society. I therefore call on our lawmakers that Chapter 2 should be made justiciable so that the Section 22 that my brother has earlier quoted can work for us. We can hold them accountable for what they have not done in the society. A word of peace can only be achieved when social and basic amenities are provided for the people in the society. Today, you are a witness that almost all the roads in our cities, not in Kano alone, is not motorable. These are the basic things that we need that can make life meaningful. Today, our young men, our youths are involved in social vices. Why are they involved in that? Because there is no employment, there is no work. Except all these things are addressed, people's mouth.
No any meaningful development. And we urge all our leaders, traditional holders, and then youths, and also to embrace, to support the process of peace. And I wish all of us a peaceful deliberation and continued peace for
our elder statesmen present. It is my privilege and honor to be with you today to commemorate the International Peace Day. Of course, it is generally asserted that peace is synonymous to human rights. Without either of these terms, nothing can be achieved. If there is no peace, the observance of promotion, protection, and enforcement of human rights cannot be attained. Likewise, if there is no observance of human rights, peace cannot be attained also. If we look at the issues that are taking place in some of the parts of the country, particularly the northeastern and some of the northwestern states, we can attest to that. So it is good for us, all stakeholders, put our hands together in order to bring peace to our society.
almost speakers have said it all. To say one or two things so that it can be taken home for all of us. Today being the International Peace Day, and especially we know the Islam. The literal translation is peace. And that peace, it denotes everything, because without same, nothing can be achieved. It is
taking place in Kano today, 21st of September 2022, and I'm part and parcel of them. Before I go further, I have to appreciate Galadima. Galadima is a person, within the short time I know him, you will see everything around him is peace. His body language, his dressing, his manner of approach, the way he steps, the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he relates, you know he's a man of peace. May God be with you. I want to use this opportunity to recognize my ethnic rulers, like Ezedibo of Kano. I appreciate your coming. I appreciate you coming to attend this important occasion, respecting my invitation. Same time, the King of Edo, His Highness, I respect you, I appreciate you, that when we just talk, you see the understanding within us. Thank you. Same time, the King of Idoma, an elderly man that I respect so much, that doesn't even like trouble at all. Always, within him, he preach peace, peace, and peace. Thank you. Thank you. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate everybody. It's something very, very, very important. And before I go further, I want to appreciate INEC for deeming it fit to give me the ambassador of peace in Kano. Thank you and God bless you. Today, 21st September 2022, by the special grace of God, we'll all be alive to witness next year own. And it shall be more better, well organized than this by the grace of God. Please, there's no stress. We shouldn't give ourselves.
I said before, if all of us stick to the constitution and rules, I mean, there will be peace. The problem is when people don't want to obey the rules and regulations, there will be chaos, the violence. But when people are prepared to obey, there will be peace. Reverend.
The government circle, the villages, everywhere. This is very important. We all are aware that we are entering a very serious event very soon, most especially electing those that will lead us in Nigeria. And at the same time, I want to urge every one of us, when we are talking of peace, everybody has a role to play. Most especially those who are in the position of authorities. If you are a leader, your actions speaks for you. What you do, there are some certain things you will do, it will bring peaceful coexistence. There are some certain things you will do, you will bring divisions among your people. So what I'm saying is that we have roles to play, every one of us. The election coming up, I'm glad that the INEC are here. Please, I saw what was written there, say no to electoral violence. It all depends on you. There are some allegations now going up and down about hacking the INEC server. And we need explanation from INEC to be at the safe side so that we can have the confidence. The Nigerians now want what happened in Kenya. Let the vote count.
Psychological, economical, and social, in particular towards the most deprived and vulnerable, such as children and adolescents. 3, share my time and material resources in a spirit of generosity to put an political and economical pressure. 4, defend freedom of expression and culture, diversity, giving preference always to dialogue and listening rather than fanaticism, defamation, and the rejection of others.